what's up? Welcome back to the Mind of Micah, where we talk mindset, healthy living, dating, culture, heritage, and so much more. I am with today my big broski, Mr. DJ K. Nice.
What up?
I found out he don't change tires.
Nope.
As a man.
Nope.
This man does not change tires. Tell him why, Kay.
Why would I?
Tell him why you don't change tires.
Because I pay for somebody to do that. If I'm now give him the illustration.
Okay, hold on. This is what he said. He said if he was to get a flat tire, he would call his AAA.
AAA roadside assistance
to
with
come
the
and
insurance.
change the tire.
Why do I pay for that every month?
So
Why would I get down there?
I said if you have a girl, it would be manly at least to change the tire to show her like, you know, you can handle so many things. A man should change a tire at least once in his life.
Maybe she.
At least once.
Maybe she don't know that side of you, that you hold things down on a regular basis. So that would be a good way.
What you mean
for
hold things down?
You to prove these things to her, but not me.
That, you know what? I almost said that nigga, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, not me. I'm not about to prove that my manliness that way.
Okay.
That's not.
He don't change. I don't know. I just feel like men should change tires. What do men do? Hold on, we'll get to that in a minute. But the first question I want to ask you, Knyce, is: are you living in your truth as Knyce? The people around you, or who you want to have around you, how you live, how you spend your money, what you eat, who you lay with. Are you living in your truth, or are you living in a lie?
Does anybody ever come on here and be like, I am a total fraud?
Not yet.
I would say I'm 41. I just turned 41 this month.
Happy
in
birthday!
June. I would say more so now than ever.
Oh, wow.
Like, so I would tell anybody, if you were being real with yourself and you feel like maybe that's not the case for you, give it some time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to get to the level of calm that I have in my life.
Wow.
So, yeah, for
That's
sure.
big.
So the answer to that would be absolutely yes.
So you have done your shadow work on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
and those who don't know what shadow work is when you address your childhood traumas. You address the things that you don't like about yourself, and you have to accept it, acknowledge it, and heal from it and move forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say the dark side of yourself, the things
that you don't want to face or admit to.
You know, when you look in the mirror in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know everybody be like, yo, I love myself, and that's not the truth, because if everybody loved themselves, I Love Myself by Kendrick Lamar would have went to #1 on the, but people hated that song, for real.
People don't like themselves.
No, people don't really like themselves.
Yeah.
So it's, you asked me when I came in, you was like, all this hair, because most people remember when I was like totally bald.
Yes.
I used to shave my head every day. And you was like, what's the secret? And I tell guys all the time, because a lot of guys ask, I'm like, yo, you have to be okay with being ugly for a while. And that's just the honest.
You mean when you're growing your hair out?
Just period. When you're going through transformation.
Any kind of.
You know what I'm saying? I would say a big part of my transformation was actually growing my hair out. I actually got a lineup for the first time in 6 years, like last week.
What you mean lineup?
Like line my beard up
okay.
and, you know.
In 6 years?
6 years, yeah. I haven't cut my hair at all. That was a big portion of, you know what I'm saying, my journey was, you know, learning to be okay with all of me. How my hair grew out of my face, how it grew out of my head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People see these and it's like, no, it's cool. I still got a little thin spot in the back. It's all good though.
Eat some berries.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
A berry diet will heal that.
Really?
Yes,
I don't know.
Because you have hair inside your body, and that's what happens.
Releases it.
What I learned was that what we feed our body, of course, is what comes out of us, but berries tend to it's called
berries do have hair on the outside of them, for real. Like if you look close.
No, Kay, we not joking. I'm so serious.
No, I'm serious.
Kay trying to be funny, and I'm really.
I'm not.
Yes, he is.
Yo, I'm not. I promise I am not. If you look at a strawberry up close, they have little hairs coming out.
That's very
of it.
true.
I'm agreeing with you.
Raspberries do too, but there's hair inside of your body everywhere.
Why did I have to use strawberries? That's what you're talking. I promise I was not trying to be funny. But no, all right, we're gonna see.
Strawberries.
Maybe that's why people be like, what nuts and berries you using?
Yeah,
right,
yes, because berries are amino acids. Our hair's amino acids.
You know what I've been on?
What?
Pineapple tea. Because I have terrible allergies and it actually helps a lot.
Pineapple tea?
Yeah, all you do is get you a whole pineapple, chop it up, skin and all, boil it with like some cinnamon sticks and some rosemary. Don't boil it too much.
Rosemary, the plant or the oil?
Yeah, the plant. Yeah, pour, siphon it off, through a strainer.
Yeah.
Fill the rest of your jug up,
Okay.
with the rest of your spring water. And
pineapple tea.
it's amazing, yeah.
You can't buy that in stores?
I haven't seen it in stores. I'll be on TikTok, old man on TikTok. I'll be watching shit. I'll be seeing shit. If I see it a few times, I'm like, I'm not above marketing, for real. I'm not above, some people are so woke that they don't get to have no fun, for real.
I don't like that.
Like, those people aren't fun. Some people are so woke that they be like, I ain't doing it because everybody else doing it. Maybe it's a reason everybody else doing something, for real. So I ain't above, like, if it look interesting to me, I'll try it. I ain't one of them people that be like, yo, this stupid, everybody doing it. Like, maybe everybody doing it for a reason. Some shit is stupid, though, that everybody doing. Like, putting a plastic bag over your head and saying you busting out of the plastic is some of the dumbest shit.
Leave the kids alone,
I learned no, because one of the first things we learned. Give me a plastic
bag right now. Hold on, let me find a plastic bag.
One of the first things we learned as kids growing up in the 80s was you don't put a plastic bag over your face.
And why not?
Because you'll suffocate, dumbass. And they doing it.
A couple of them almost did suffocate.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can't, bro. You can't predict what will go awry with some like super seemingly seems simple and easy. Like, no, you can't predict what'll go awry. So
bring me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new.
I guess
they be ran through. I spent that $500 for I ever
that's where I be like. That's where I be like, yo, no, this is a dumb trend. This is some dumb shit right here, but. Somebody telling me to make pineapple tea.
You said you would try it, though.
No, I know busting out the plastic.
Come on, you 41. You know how to get out that bag.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool. Maturity is a blessing. Knowing when you're a little bit too old to do certain. No, that's for the kids. Like, that's for the kids.
That's not for me.
And God protect old people, babies, and fools. Like, I'm not quite old. I'm definitely not a baby, and I'm definitely not a fool. So if I get caught doing any dumb shit, my karma comes so fucking fast. I just stay away from dumb shit. Yeah, I just stay away from
Well, you are, granddaddy.
Yeah.
This is
and that's another reason why I can't be busting out the plastic. Imagine him getting on my TikTok going to here.
He would love it.
No, he would. He'd be like, yo,
you the coolest
my granddaddy was lame. Lame as shit.
So you want to be the old uncle at the barbecue doing the TikTok dances? You don't TikTok at all, but you watch it. And you know so.
I'm going to say, was that the uncle you loved? Like, when you really think about it, you know what I'm saying, on everything, is it the super cool uncle or is it the uncle who pull you aside and be like, hey, you fucking up, boy?
You love them both, but it is a level, but it does.
It's a different level. I don't want to be that.
I think the same way you could do friendships is like this friend is for partying, that friend is for this. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of.
I don't want to be the uncle for partying. Not saying they can't come have a good time and all that, but I'm that uncle that's gonna pull you aside. You know how I am just in life. If I see you, especially because my thing with it, like. We are the hip-hop generation, but hip-hop eats its young and despises its elders. So the young dudes be saying, you know what I'm saying, like, old niggas, fuck them, you know what I'm saying, old niggas think they know. And the older dudes, these young niggas dumb, you won't. I try to stand, like, right in the middle of that gap, for real. Somebody that younger dudes can relate to, but I'm not talking down to them.
Yes.
So, but I don't want to be, like, certain dudes at certain points in their life, like, you can't smoke with me. It's not that.
If they old enough, can they smoke with you?
Yeah, no, if you old enough, absolutely. But I'm only interested in, you know what I'm saying, those type of sessions with people that's like around my age.
Intellectual.
Yeah, I'm not about to be smoking with a 21-year-old when my son is 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, even a 25-year-old. Like, I'm not about to be sitting up getting blunted with you. I respect your, you know what I'm saying, right to do that, but when me and my friends indulge in that, the conversations are different.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? We 40 plus, and it's not. I'm not trying to Jay-Z niggas right now. Like, no, we talk about stocks and bonds and
artwork.
Yeah, no, we got kids and shit, bruh, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you get them J's for your daughter from that I saw her in? It's just a different conversation. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying when it comes to things like that. Like, I don't want to be. I want to be. I appreciate when young dudes call me OG. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Unc. I don't
you
fucking
don't want to
like,
be
don't call
Unc.
me Unc.
You want to be an OG.
Call me OG. I appreciate OG.
Because of the wisdom you kick out to them.
Well, yeah, and I mean, there's a certain level of respect that comes when somebody calls you OG. You know what I'm saying?
Opposed to Unc?
Yeah.
I like Unks, though. I never really had an Unc.
Unc is the one doing the TikTok dance.
And the barbecuing.
OG the one who gonna pull you aside like.
We don't have OGs left.
No, we don't. Because OG would do simple things like pull you aside like, boy, get that busted headlight fixed. You giving them a reason to pull you over.
Yes.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else. And
Yeah.
you think like OG tripping or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And Unks do that too sometime, but when young boys say Unk, it's a different connotation. It's like, yo, get out of here with that Unk shit.
I
so,
agree.
OG. Yeah.
Earlier you said the word woke. You can be too woke. When you said the word woke, I got what you mean in that context, but what about woke spiritually? What's happening around us?
Woke is one of those buzzwords you got to be careful with now because white people have taken it and create, you know what I'm saying, use it to something else. So we know what we mean when we say woke.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can be so, sometimes people are so woke, I say, and at a certain point, we as black people have gotten so woke that we've gotten dumb. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear people say like, I believe in religion, but no, I don't believe in religion, but I believe in spirituality. And if you ask them what the
difference,
well, what the difference is, or what the rules of their version of spirituality is, they really couldn't tell you. It always evolves, you know, or lands upon something as pretty much do as thou wilt. You know what I'm saying? And if you know anything about do as thou wilt, that's actually like the Satanist credo. Satanism isn't as boogie woogie as people think it is. No, it's literally just do what you want to do whenever you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then so when you listen to a lot of the music, and I hate to go here.
No, take it there.
Act bad. Do what you want to do. Do what thou wilt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So more people through that tenet worship the other side than believe that they do.
Through the woke?
Yeah. Like, you have to have rules to your life, bruh.
You do, for sure.
And you have to make clear who your allegiance is to.
Very true.
So if you tell me you're spiritual, but you can't tell me exactly what God you call upon when you find yourself in a situation,
Yahweh.
I'm going to question what God you truly serve.
Yeah,
do you ever notice when stars go, Nicki Minaj could have just performed, and I know you work in secular music like we both have, so we both, to an extent, help perpetuate the problem. But that's the duality of, you know, but I think if you're aware of it,
very true.
You know what I'm saying?
You
can
hear the songs.
Yeah. But Nicki Minaj could have just been on stage with a bunch of red devils and fire coming out behind her and all of this stuff while she raps her song, legs cocked open. And when she win the award, she go up there and she say, I want to thank God. Which one? Because if I behaved like that, let's just say like, think about like a person like a Little Uzi or something like that, or a Playboy Cardi. If I started coming around in all black and upside down crosses in the middle of my forehead and nails painted and all that shit, and then you was like, man, what's up with K? And I'm like, man, no, hell no, I serve Yahweh, I serve the true God. You'll be like, no.
No, you don't.
So why do we give stars a pass for these things?
Yes.
For real. So when like bringing it back to the woke shit, like some of us have gotten so woke that we don't see what truly sustained our people all these generations for us to be where we are now. And if you ask me, that's Yahweh and Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make it very clear about that. Or, as most people call it, Jehovah and Jesus, or John Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But you have to... So I think that's what I mean, like people can be too woke. People have gotten away from the things like, yo, they wasn't, man, back in the slave days, do you think it was people walking around talking about, I don't really believe in God, I believe in spirituality?
No, they didn't know. But think about it, back in the day.
No, they knew. They knew exactly who they was calling
with their own beliefs. Like, I'm pretty sure African tribes had their own like languages, own practices that they practiced. Everyone wasn't on a whole Yahweh thing. There were so many tribes. We know this because we talk about it. There were so many tribes.
You have to
go through every single one?
Well, nope, you don't.
What?
They were only taking a certain people. They were only taking a certain people from over there.
Okay.
People like to frame Slavery is Africans selling Africans, and that is not the reality of the situation. It was Africans selling Israelites. And when you understand that, you understand how the Dutch and the French can come in
Pick the ones.
and pick. Wait, no, and they had a specific, they knew who they were looking for, and the Africans knew who they were looking for. That's why there will sort of always be this divide amongst us. They know we are not the same as them. They'll tell you that to your face, and they're 100% correct. We migrated into Africa while running away from the Romans and running away from our captivities.
The Israelites.
Yeah, running away from the Egyptians and things. But a lot of us, when you go do that ancestry and shit, we show up Nigerian roots. There are Jewish tribes in Nigeria. You look up the Igbos, the IGBO. That's who they are. They still have the Torah written in iron so that it cannot be changed. We migrated to and through West Africa. The slave traders come, talk to the chiefs.
Right.
Y'all got anybody? These niggas don't really belong here in the first place, for real.
Gotcha.
Let's get them up out of here. It'd be better them than us. So you got to kind of understand. So it's the slavery that our people endured is way more than a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing that was prophesied upon us. It's something that we have to go through. But the only thing that has sustained us through this journey is the name of the true and living and knowing who we truly, you know what I'm saying, rely upon. And that's why you sort of see a resurgence of it. So I hate that our people have, back to the original question, we've become so woke that we dumb. Like we forget what really carried us, you know what I'm saying, has carried us through this captivity that we still in. Because America is Egypt, America could be Rome, it could be any of these guys. It's no different than what they endured back then. So I think that's the thing. And I think the churches contributed to that.
Yeah,
the
they
churches,
help a lot. They kept. What about the pastors? When you hold them accountable for like not teaching the truth?
Absolutely.
They teached it, but they kept it very surface and not. You know what I mean?
But I would, man, if you get fooled by a snake oil salesman twice, that's on you. You have to. So yeah, like I think there's a scripture. Well, I know there's a scripture. I don't want to misquote it, so I won't quote it exactly. But you have to get past the elementary things. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be able to look at, you know, and discern for yourself. So you have to pray for discernment and understanding. Yeah. And that's something a long time ago that I actually did. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I want to understand what the world is really about. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, so my exact prayer, not to get too deep, was like, I want the wisdom of Solomon. Like, I want to know it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if the truth hurts, then so be it. I'd rather know that than live. And that helped me to, I grew up in what is technically a cult.
What you mean?
Jehovah's Witness. So that's technically, if you look at,
that's a lot.
This gonna be one of your deepest.
Cause you know that was my, I wanted that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, this gonna be one of your deepest.
My ex was a Jehovah's Witness. Woo.
Anytime, so to determine whether something is a cult or not, and I still have, my immediate family are still Jehovah's Witnesses. I think it's great people, but you know, they are great people, but incredibly misguided. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you wanna understand the hallmark of what a cult is or identify a cult, you have to use the BITE model, right? BITE.
Okay.
They control behavior. If you do not do what we want you to do, you will be punished and ousted. They control information. They only prefer you to read their doctrines, you know what I'm saying, their documents, their books, all of that stuff. They control your time. You're on a strict regimen of what you need to be doing at every, you know what I'm saying, because if I control your time, you will be so exhausted that you won't have time to question whether what I'm teaching you is
right or wrong.
Exactly. And then they control your education. They don't really want you to pursue higher education because one philosophy class and all of these false doctrines will come because you get taught in college how to think for yourself. Yeah. If something follows that, it's a cult. And cults take many, many shapes and forms. There are financial cults. There are religious cults. You know what I'm saying? There are social cults. But
like the ones in college, how they pledge. Sort of, kind of.
You gonna go down that road. You ain't getting me down that one.
Okay, I didn't go down.
Because if I had to say, and I have a lot of brothers, I have a lot of brothers that, you know what I'm saying, are Greek. And they know we differ in opinions on it. I don't understand how Africans can be Greek, but, you know, whatever.
We aren't Greek.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's on them. But I'm not talking about that specifically.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there are many types of cults. So if anything, if you just want to identify one, like a lot of MLM companies, multi-level marketing companies, or pyramid schemes,
Yes.
they operate with cult-like efficiency.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Behavior. We want you to act like this when you're selling our information. You should be studying our products. You should be able to write them off. Time. We need you on this Zoom call. We need you on this. Boom, boom, boom. And then education. They're constantly indoctrinating. Constantly indoctrinating. Constantly indoctrinating. So that's how I grew up. With that being said, when I was able to make that specific prayer to the Lord, you know what I'm saying, I was really able to break, because I had been out for a minute.
I was going to ask you, what made you leave Jehovah's Witness to go?
To be honest, I was kicked out because it wasn't the way I wanted to live.
It's not funny, but...
Nah, I mean, that's being honest. Most people won't admit that.
Yeah.
They're a club.
Yeah.
And anytime, and for a while, I had a hard time with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all my people I love is still in there. And you look at things, and you're like, well, so-and-so ain't doing, boom, and boom. It's a club. And when you don't want to go by the rules of a club, you get kicked out of the club.
For sure. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people get kicked out of the club, but they still wear those values on their brain because you've been indoctrinated since you were born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was able to break free by making that specific prayer because my eyes was open up to too many different things. I studied a bunch of different religions, and what I learned was there are kernels of truth in everything. Discernment is what lets you pick them out, you know what I'm saying? But you might be studying Hinduism and realize something about the afterlife that resonates, you know, in Christianity. But the reverend on the stand is not, I mean, on the pulpit is not going to go into the mysticism of it. Now, you have to realize how fucking insane that is, right? That they don't, the Christian church does not truly acknowledge the mysticism that happens in the Bible.
It's a lot of it.
A man stood in front of you and turned that water to wine, what would they call it? It's an M-word. They would say it's magic.
Yeah.
That's magic.
Yeah.
Why are we not acknowledging these things as of what they are? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they sit up there on the pulpit and they make it all fluffy, and ultimately it comes back to being about them. You have to understand, most of these reverends want to stand in the place of Jesus themselves. There's only one intermediary between you and the Most High, and that's his son. He put him there purposely.
Go to him.
Yeah, but what the reverend wants you to do, he wants you to come to him for a salvation before you get to go to God. We so woke, we dumb, for real. Some people is falling for that, and then some people is going to the total other extreme of, I just don't believe at all, but I'm spiritual.
Hey, them people exist. They be on my nerves the most. Like, what?
No, well, what do you believe, though? My thing is, I would tell, I got a grandson. While I'm not a Jehovah's Witness anymore, I think it's very important for children to be baptized. I think you put a pledge and a calling on their life of who they belong to, and they will receive those protections for that. But let's call it what it is. That's an oath. You've pledged your child to the Lord.
Yes, you gave him to the Lord.
Yeah, you gave him to the Lord. So we have to be able to, I think we would do way better with religion and spirituality if we understood the why, the practicalities of it. Why you don't sleep with somebody else's mate. You know what I'm saying? Why? What the reasons for these things?
Why marriage is important?
Why marriage is important? Why we should honor marriage? Like, and that's coming from a person who fucked up a marriage. You know what I'm saying? But being 40, I would tell any young man, like, you don't need to be thinking about that till you're like 30, 35. And if you, a lady dating a man under 30, 35, and he's marriage-minded, that is, that's a blessing. But most men under 30, 35 are not going to be marriage-minded. You still feel like you're missing something. And I wouldn't encourage any man to get married if you still feel like you're missing something. If you getting married and you know you want to have a threesome,
don't get married.
Don't get married.
Don't get married.
Because you're going to get that threesome one way or the other. Because it's that, bruh, if I'm the devil.
Okay.
If I'm the devil and I see this and I know what his true heart wants. I know what he really wants. So I always tell young dudes, like, you low-key need to taste 31 flavors before you know what I'm saying, decide on one. You do need to get soya wallows. But in the meantime, though, you have to be protective of your seed.
For sure.
You can't just be, and women have to be protective of their wombs.
For sure.
How many women say, like, I was young and I made a mistake when they talk about their first baby daddy? But that is a forever mistake.
Yeah.
So you have to really protect your womb. And we didn't all did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, procreated with somebody that you didn't. But now when I talk to younger guys, and this is why they call me OG, but I'm like, yo, honestly, bro, you shouldn't be sleeping with her if you can't see yourself having kids.
No.
I
always say that.
Because you gonna
Why would I lay with you if I know I can't have, what if, like, that happened and, like.
Man, you're gonna find yourself in a bad situation because it's gonna be the one.
That's just the easiest
It ain't gonna
thing.
be the pretty one you fucking on. It's gonna be the one you don't want nobody to know about. Cause that's just, the guys are cruel, bruh.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let you get up. Nah, nigga, you don't fuck around. Who fucks around and impregnates a lawyer? Nobody. You don't know one.
I mean, what if she just didn't keep it? Because why would she be like, why would I?
First of all, a lawyer ain't just letting niggas bust
She
up
not.
in her.
She not. No.
It's not going
that
that
way.
way.
Yes.
She got too many other things.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like, yo, a chick only get that mistake shit off on me one time. It's like, all right, I can understand.
What's the mistake shit?
No, like I was young and I had them. But no, when you 4 kids in and shit, and it's like, no, at some point you gotta acknowledge that you just made some bad decisions.
How many kids
the
you
same
got?
thing, I got 2.
Okay.
I got 2 by 2 different women. So at 25, I got my shit snipped because I knew what the fuck I was capable of.
Damn.
Like, I ain't want to have 3 by 3. Like, so, yeah.
Damn, okay, that was young.
No, I'm a realist, though. I'm a realist. Like,
You know you.
yeah, I'm a realist. I was
Wow.
not. Boy, please.
Why you just didn't freeze none?
In retrospect, at about, I'm gonna say about 36, 37, I was looking at my fiance. I'm like, yo, if you want, I probably still got a little bit of time where I can get this reversed. Like if you feel like you want kids, speak now, forever hold your peace. And she like, nah, I'm good with it. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, like this was low key a thing with us. Cause I'm like, what the fuck you mean you don't want my kids? Like, every woman wants my, like every chick out in every day don't want my kids. What do you mean you don't want my? She's like, no, I'm really good. Like I don't want kids. I never really saw myself. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, across 40, and it ain't. Now I'm a grandfather. I ain't about to be one of them ghetto grandfathers who got a kid the same age as the grand,
That's
like,
the
bruh.
Uncle Auntie.
Yeah, nah. So
Yeah.
it's but no, I got fixed at 25 because I just knew I was like, yo, I don't want to have 4 kids by 4 women or 5 kids by 5 women. That's making a pragmatic decision, though, and that's not any knock into any man who had that situation. But if you find yourself in that situation, maybe you should think about snipping your shit too, bruh, because one of the most disheartening things is continuing to pay child support after them kids is 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've had to do it.
Yeah.
Like, because you never know where your life is going to lead you. Like, when I got out of radio, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't afford $1,000 a month at that point for child support. So you never, but I think about it from the standpoint of what if I had 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Now you really looking at a whole bill. So I would encourage young men, especially young black men, be that pragmatic about your seed, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you know you don't like to wear condoms and shit, maybe it's something you should think about. Like,
Get snipped.
permanent birth control for yourself. What I say at any point, yeah, I definitely regretted it at a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like I kind of, but I would have had at least 4 kids. Like, I think about the women that
Be
I would have
fruitful
had at
and
least
multiply.
2 more.
My daddy got 9. Same woman though.
I was about to say that's a conversation. Yeah, like honestly,
I'm number 7.
if I was like, I feel like proper polygamy is the way to say
That was the next question.
the black family. For real, proper.
Because that's possibly what our ancestors have done. I think even like you said, the Igbo tribe, they do that.
yeah.
They believe in polygamy.
Well, it would have to be polygamy, and when I say proper polygamy, it would have to be polygamy not rooted in lust. Like,
Yes.
be honest.
Be
Most niggas
visionary.
want to have multiple wives so they can sleep with multiple women at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or whenever they want to, and this and that. Whenever you look at most of the situations in the Bible where a man had multiple wives, he reluctantly had to go into it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So what's the proper way to have a polygamy?
Everybody got to be on the same page, and it got to be about nation building. Can't be about just sex.
I agree.
So, take me for instance. There's no reason for me to have multiple wives. I cannot produce any more children. It would not. The only reason it would be for me would be to maybe mentor and take in some fatherless boys. But that's why I say I feel like everybody. Think about it. Everybody's sharing mates and spouses anyway, right?
And it's never no shade, but
no, it's not. But it just is what it is. But so this man, he's a good man on paper, right? He got a girl or whatever, but he got a side thing. The side thing got a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So he's occupying his mama's, energy and resources and time and stuff like that. But he can't interact with this little boy because he can't risk getting in too deep or anything getting back to his original family.
That's so sad.
So he's taking this boy away from his mom, but he's not able to pour anything back into this boy. Whereas if everybody could be on the same page,
he could be able to pour into that boy.
Yeah, he could be able to pour into that boy.
Yeah.
And a man can have babies until he's 80 years old. James Brown was popping them out even when he was older.
Somebody else is old like that and pregnant somebody.
Man, you'd be shocked at how many.
Like 81.
You'd be shocked at how many. They be talking about Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is not that bad.
He's not that
it's
bad.
not a
He
black
not
man
that bad.
thing either. When you have unlimited resources,
Yes.
why not?
Why not? If I was a man, I would have a lot of kids.
If you have unlimited resources, why not? It's only a problem when the state got to take care of them or something like that. But I feel like as long as everybody's on the same page, that's how we continue to have strong black men. Because one thing people don't realize, like black people, because we grow up in proximity to other black people, it's not that many of us. We're only 13% of the population in the United States of America.
13%.
But because we grow up in these metropolitan areas where there's concentrations of us, we assume that, nigga, you start going to, go to Arizona.
I just went to Houston.
Yeah, like, it ain't that many of us. You start getting into some of these white places.
Yeah.
Go to a Montana, go to a Wyoming, go to a Idaho, go to a Minneapolis, go to a Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start getting into these places, it's not that many of us, brothers and sisters. And if mainstream media has its way, we will all look like Steph Curry within the next 10 years. Think about what they love to do. They love to put a white man with a black woman in these sitcoms and in these commercials and stuff. But how often do you see it the other way around? How often do you get to see King Kong smashing on the white woman? You don't.
No.
You don't. Because that one don't fit their narrative because you are what your daddy is. For real.
True.
So if they get to pushing niggas fucking on crackers, all them kids is black.
Yeah.
But if they get to pushing crackers, fucking on black women, all them kids is white. And what will happen is son or daughter will go on to marry another white person, and a generation, they look like him a generation ago, and now they look like Steph Curry's kids. And it's over for us.
So I seen this on, I forgot what show it was, but it was with Jocelyn and Amber Rose, and then she was saying how, like, if you have a drop of black in your blood.
Nope, that's not true.
So that was the case back then. They would make sure, like, if you even had a little bit of black in you, like, the Indians couldn't be Indians no more. They had to be black if you was made it with a black person.
So that is, according to the Bible, which, so we dealing with a higher power here. You are what your father is, right? But there has always been a one-drop rule. You got any nigga blood in you, you know what I'm saying? You a nigga. But that's not necessarily true. There are nuances to these things, right? So let's take Amber Rose, for instance. Let's take an Amber Rose. Let's take a Mariah Carey. It's people like that, right? People are shocked when they do Karen shit. Right? Because they present as mixed.
Yes.
But when I talk about that nuance, right? The nuance to that is, what is your mother? because your mother frames your view of the world. Think about it. Who does a child spend more time with than anybody? Your mother. So if your mother's a Karen, you're more than likely going to end up being a Karen. Now, what happens is they learn it's easier and better for their popularity in later life, i.e. high school and junior high, to assimilate to the black side of things. But their world view is still the white side of things. You know how we know? Because don't those women always ultimately have a problem with black girls? Black bitches don't like me. They always have these moments where their disdain for black women slips through and people realize, oh, you really not one of us.
Yes.
So you got to just watch the nuance when it comes to mixed people. And no shade to mixed people. But for a lot of y'all, it's easier to present as black. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, it's easier to present as white. Some of them really get it. A lot of them really don't. But I can't speak to that experience. I can only speak to my perception of that experience. Because it must be hard to feel like you don't belong anywhere.
Very true.
It must be very difficult. So that's not, you know what I'm saying? I feel it all. But when you are talking about people like Amber Rose, you kind of have, now somebody like Jocelyn.
She gonna say she black.
She black.
Yes.
That's a nigga. She can't hide it. She can't. But if you look at Amber Rose growing into her looks in later life, there are certain shots of her that you see from certain angles. You be like, yo, she look like a middle-aged white woman for real. Like straight up. That's why she won't grow her hair out. She'll really look like a middle-aged white woman at that point. That baldy give her a little bit of edge, bruh. She gonna be looking like Meredith in about 5 years.
Oh my goodness.
What else you got for me? I guess this is the world according to Keenan.
Oh, wait, Keenan, hold on. Oh, hold on.
Oh, Lord. What is
Close
this?
Close your ears, Keenan, close your ears. What's in the box? Whee!
Jesus, y'all got to clean that up.
We got to vacuum. It's going to be real quick. You got to open this box. You can't say what's in it. You're going to need to touch and feel it. And it is yours. Don't look. And you can't look in the camera.
I can't look.
You can't look.
Okay.
And then you got to close it.
You remember what I asked you earlier?
Played it real smooth.
You played that super smooth. You played that super smooth. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Not that that's what's in the box, but I've been enjoying the medical side of things in Ohio.
Yeah.
You said you don't smoke, though.
I do not. So, and I know every episode I get into my shrooms, but yes, I won't get into it, but I have enjoyed having the awakening trips with shrooms.
I'm not a fan of shrooms.
So, you have tried it?
Yeah, absolutely. Micah, I've done all the drugs. Only one, I've never done heroin or crack.
So DMT?
I have not came across it yet.
Okay.
I have not. I got a friend who actually makes it. Yeah. You gotta, one, there are certain white drugs. Okay. Certain drugs you don't take from niggas. For real. Okay. Like if a black person came to you with some ecstasy right now, I don't know that I would advise you taking that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if a white boy came to you with some ecstasy, like, yo, this is from his personal stash, okay? He's not trying to sell these. Yeah. Like, so certain shit like DMT, I haven't been, the one dude I know who actually makes it, he's in PA. I heard it's amazing. My fiance has actually done it. I heard it's a short trip. You know what I'm saying? I heard it's pretty cool.
Why you like shrooms?
Okay,
I'm not telling nobody to try it. I'm just saying if you want to have a better life and be like happy and be like not depressed.
I would say I definitely understand the mind opening aspects of it.
You didn't like that?
I don't like the extended.
Oh, yeah, it's
how
forever.
Long,
it's so long.
Yeah,
you can't sleep.
Nope. And I tried to go to sleep on it.
You can't.
I saw some things, like I hallucinated. But I'm a type of person.
What did you see?
It was just faces kind of appearing out of nowhere.
In the trees?
They was kind of like melting and stuff.
Using a mirror?
No, I was in the dark. So I tried to like whole ass go to sleep on it because I'm like, yo, I'm tired of being high, bro. But I'm one of them people, like, I'm very good at, like, you high, dude. Like, just go ahead and go with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, just get through it. I would say My favorite drug, I would say ecstasy / Molly. When it was like pure, like when it first came through.
Why?
It was just amazing. What a time to be alive, boy. About 2015 for the Molly.
I did try X though.
X, like, so the best X I ever had, and I'm not advocating for drug use,
We're
kids,
not
and I don't
advocating
even
for
know
drug
if
use.
you might want to cut this out, but you hear, like, just in recent years, probably the last 2-3 years, you would hear rappers, like, she popped a Tesla. That's an ecstasy pill, right? So a Tesla is hollow on the inside, but when you crack it open,
Okay.
confetti, it has confetti in it.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So that's how you know it's like a real one.
Got you.
Fire.
Yeah,
But
I was younger.
like 16 hours straight of fire though. Like, nah, ain't no going to sleep.
I remember my skin got
No,
hot.
nothing.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, get out of my clothes.
Yeah.
This was when I was like 21. I was like trying to be cool with like the street people. Like,
Then
street
the
niggas.
Molly era was when like
No, never did Molly.
Molly was
Oh, they
basic-
say they put it in your water. Molly water, right?
But Molly was basically like the pure MDMA that was the active ingredient in ecstasy, but so much started getting cut with meth. Like so much, started getting cut with meth and just other stuff. So I say like, I be sounding like a person from the 60s. Like, man, we had the pure acid back then. But no, for real, bro. Like, I wouldn't trust no drugs. Hey, kids, don't do no drugs now. Everything got
I'm
fentanyl
surprised you
in
don't
it.
like shroom.
Everything. But I respect people who do shrooms because
Yeah.
that's like one of the last safe ones.
It is.
That and the weed.
Yes.
But I would say, re-examine your relationship with marijuana, especially for the sense that we can
I've
get.
tried every single strand.
No,
It does
you
not
haven't.
work. Yes, I used to date the dope boys.
See, that's the problem, right?
No,
there.
ain't even the ones who got it from the stores. I've tried
Okay.
everything. For me, it just puts me here, and I hate
See,
it.
that was the reason why I went ahead and got my medical card, though, was because I was,
was
tired
safer?
of getting inconsistent highs. Like, you get something you like, and then you hit them back.
Yeah.
A week later, and it's like, nah, I ain't got that no more.
Yeah.
And then all the weed was coming from Detroit. I'm not a fan of Detroit weed because I grew up in the Cali OG era.
Okay.
So I know what good weed
Weed.
tastes like, and good weed needs good water. And what do we know about the water up there in Detroit?
Oh, my
That
God.
shit is fucked.
Leave it alone, Kay.
That shit is fucked. Hey, we got better weed than y'all in Ohio, Detroit. I don't care what nobody's saying. They be hype beasting when they say otherwise, for real.
I don't smoke, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm letting them know. I'm putting
pin
them on
it.
notice.
Okay. So yeah. My last question: do you think we should follow in the steps of our ancestors as far as like who we serve, how we live? Like when you're being spiritual, it's about your walk, right? You should even eat spiritually, meaning eat the right food for your body. You should think spiritually. You should walk spiritually. You should always dress spiritually. So, with that being said, knowing the truth is out there, should we follow after their steps or should we?
I think absolutely we should. I think they operated with a grace that we don't.